no, there's a few tanks left on that ridge, and there's vultures in the way. Or no, there's no vultures in the way. Sorry, my screen went blank for a second because it went to sleep because I hadn't clicked anything. We're now 20 minutes into the video. And so the attack fails, and that was a little bit foolhardy by Leta. I'm not sure why he didn't drop on that. That was a little bit silly to have those dropships around and not drop on Flash's forces there, since, well, obviously he's had to go up a ramp, and it's really, really difficult to go up a ramp. Such a small ramp as well. To try and attack up there. That was a little bit silly, to be completely honest, since he had his dropships nearby anyhow. Anyway, another dropship coming out. So Leta has a lot of dropships now, so it is possible he'll be able to pull something cool off and do a big drop on Flash and take out one of Flash's expansions. He has held that 9 o'clock expansion. And he's held that territory, but Flash has held the right side expansion in the same spot. So again, both players kind of even now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I saw 8 dropships. Leta may be going to drop on that location now. It looked like his dropships were heading that direction. He may in fact go in here. He's comstat at the location. Flash has a counter drop prepared. He's got his dropships there. Leta drops. Flash counter drops. I think Flash has the advantage here. Leta has more forces, but oh, he doesn't drop in the correct location. The siege tanks are in range to siege up, and Flash takes the battle. Flash takes the battle. Leta has lost that battle, and he lost a lot of forces. He critically did not siege up. He did not drop on top of Flash's troops. He dropped kind of on the side, and Flash was able to drop his troops on the same location, and so Flash again was able to utilize his siege mode a little bit more, because half of his siege tanks were in siege mode, but they weren't being dropped next to, and so they weren't splashing each other or anything like that. And Flash just had more forces also, because they both had several dropships full, but Flash had the entrenched position there already, and so really did not work well for Leta at all. And now he's actually going to try and go in here and kill off Flash's expansion on the left. He's got a lot of forces there. Flash does not have a lot of reinforcements at that location, but Leta he's flying around with 8 dropships, but they're not all full, and Flash is actually countering with an identical drop in the same location, but he's gonna, as soon as the SCVs come off, he's actually gonna pick his forces up, which is a little bit funny, but I'm not sure what the point of that was. Maybe he's gonna try and put him on the high ground once his tanks kill off that the turret there. So both players attacking each other in almost identical fashion. Flash countering, and I think that was probably the best. He couldn't really get his forces back to that bottom left location fast enough. And Flash, oh my gosh, Flash, it looks like he was going to try and rampage around and take out another base, but instead he's not going to. He's just going to posture there and try and retake this expansion with his reinforcements instead. And in the meantime, drop going down for Leta on top of Flash's forces, but again, a bad drop by Leta. Did not drop on top of Flash's forces enough, and Flash has the stuff right there to counter drop. And so even though Flash is gonna, looks like he lost a dropship there. Oh no, Leta removed his forces at the 9 o'clock expansion to make the attack, and now it's completely defenseless, and these Goliaths are gonna come here and in here and destroy it. And Leta has nothing to do about it. He's got dropships full, but oh man, there's just not much they're gonna be able to do. They're not very full. He's just got dropships and no forces to put in them at this point. I mean, you can see only half of his dropships just actually dropped troops out there, and it looks like he is going to save this expansion, save that location, but he lost a lot of SCVs in the process. And in the meantime, Flash has retaken his 8 o'clock expansion, and Leta has not been able to regain his 2 o'clock. So Flash really has a huge advantage here, just in placement and control the map here. And Leta is sliding down a slippery slope right now to his doom. And Flash has a lot of forces over there. It looks like Leta went over with his dropships, but unless those tanks are in siege mode, it doesn't do any good to drop on top of them, except for maybe the fact that you close the distance quicker with Goliaths or something like that. But Flash is now moving up here to the top right expansion, and Leta lifts off before the siege modes, before the siege tanks even take a shot. And now he's going to be able to siege across the ridge at that other one as well. And it looks like he's not even sieging up all his tanks. Now he is. Flash taking that expansion, building a command center there. Nicely done. Nicely done. He figures I've got my forces over there to protect it anyways. I might as well go ahead. Now, Leta does have dropships in the area. He could theoretically drop on the top of that. Leta's going for a counter drop. This is kind of all in. He needs to do a lot of damage with these dropships since he has lost expansions. Instead of making an attempt to retake them, he's going to try and take out Flash's expansions instead. He drops a ton of forces out. Flash drops on top of him. Neither player can siege mode, except Flash has reinforcements coming in that can siege mode from afar. Oh man, Leta could not siege up because his forces were kind of on top of Flash's, and then Flash came in with reinforcements, so they were able to take that out. And now Leta trying to attack this 3 o'clock base. This game is ridiculous. This game is crazy, and Flash just at every single turn countering Leta, counter-attacking or dropping on top of his forces. Every single battle Flash has had his forces right there to counter Leta's, and he's had more of them. And just every single battle, he's been able to take the advantage and do more damage. And now Flash has secured all of his bases, and Leta has lost 2 of his. So this is pretty dire for Leta, and that's why he went in with this kind of all-in last-ditch attack with the dropships, which didn't end up accomplishing anything at all because Flash's dropships were right there anyway. And Leta again trying to go in here, trying to take out expansion. He's desperately clawing at Flash. Flash trying to take out something of his. Trying to keep Flash's lead from growing any more than it already is, but it's just not going to work at this point. Flash is just so well secured in his bases. He has such an advantage right now, and he has such an economic advantage too. I mean, Leta hasn't been doing any harassment to his economy or anything like that, and so Flash has a ton of expansions. Leta basically only mining at 2 expansions right now. Realistically, his main is mined out. His natural expansion is almost mined out, and here's Flash pushing out, trying to put the nails in the coffin, trying to really finish off Leta, trying to really break his spirit and finish this game off. And here we go. A move push up the middle of the map. 3 siege tanks, 2 siege tanks, 1 siege tank, 0 siege tanks. No more tanks in the middle. Flash is completely destroyed. Look at this. He's having to mine with 2 SCVs and repair with 2 SCVs on that refinery just to keep gas coming in. And that's how desperate Leta is right now. And Flash has so much of an economy. This game is pretty much over. So we're going to see the final blow here in just a minute. So wow, Flash coming back here and showing Leta the whippersnapper. Which is ironic, I guess, since even Flash is he's basically the youngest successful pro gamer. And Leta's not that old, but he hasn't been around as long. He hasn't been a contender for as long. So yeah, Flash is going to show here that Leta, even though he could cheese him and he can win the best of 3, Flash is still a better player and still has what it takes. Still very strong player and still extremely difficult to beat. And in a heads-up game, Flash is still, as we can see here, the victor. Very nicely played by both players, but Flash just playing a little bit. But look at that sweat dripping into Leta's eye. That's how desperate of a situation Leta is in right now. Flash might be sweating or something right now as well. I mean, he's had to put a lot of concentration in this game. It's been a long game, but still, Flash has got to feel a lot better about this game right now than Leta. And here, this is the final blow, I think. Once Leta loses this expansion, that's pretty much going to be it. He's lost all his SCVs. Leta clinging on for basically no reason at this point. So Flash, again, has got to feel really good. Just as Leta felt good for beating Luxury in a heads-up game there, Flash has got to feel good for coming back and avenging his teammate and, coming back and getting some revenge in the Winners League on the player who eliminated him from the MSL. So, anyways, look at that. Just to add insult to more insult, he puts down a command center and Leta's expansion in the top right there. GG coming from Leta, and Flash takes the game. And I'm probably not going to do Game 7 of this series. You're going to have to go find out what happened there. But Flash looking really good. An interesting day of games of players rematching their former opponents in the Star Leagues. And so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.